Ascension Pioneers, and welcome to this video that will focus on a bit about how to deepen our mastery through different practices. So before I start today's topic, I would like to tell you that finally the 7 initiations through my mastery courses are now available. They're complete. So this journey of 7 initiations that I was gathering together through these courses is now complete. So those of you who are guided to take all the courses, which is of course my recommendation because the initiations follow each other in kind of like this deepening, each course goes deeper and they're like subsequent topics. So those of you who want to do all of them, if you take all of them, if you buy all of them on my page, then you have a discount. So just to announce that. So this is something I was really working on before I said I'm going to officially take a short holiday for this summer. And yeah, that's it. So today will be not the last, because I don't know, right? But it will be one of the last videos before I head out and into the unknown. So again, before I begin today's topic, I wish to share something amazing as well, because today I was in the mountains again and I decided to take this route that most people don't take. It's kind of like the wilderness route. So you go there, you come to the end of the civilization, and I want to share with you how embodiment of this now moment is really reflected in how we live our lives. So today I had this no expectations hike, which I didn't even think I'm gonna find the path, because it's this orientation hiking that you have to do. So I had my book and I didn't really expect, and all the time I had like 2 voices inside saying, okay, go back, no, continue. It was almost like every step was just surrendered. So this was almost like the spirit showing you how, when you live in the now moment, you continue to decide upon the energy that you feel in the moment. So for example, at one point I thought, okay, I can't see the trail anymore. I totally got lost. And I decided to take a break. So when I did, I chosen this beautiful elven spot. I sat down and I started singing, and I had like butterflies all around me. It was this end of civilization energy there, completely high octave energy present, the view spectacular, and all of a sudden I have 10 butterflies on me, drinking from me, flying there around me. It was beautiful, and the energy was so beautiful. So before I sat there, I said, okay, this is the last trial. If I don't find the path, then I just go. So I said I'm gonna return now, because I didn't after this break, and then I see the path moving up again. So the message was almost like sometimes we need to take a detour, or we need to stop for a moment, and then the path will get clear again. So when I take these conscious hikes, when I really engage with spirit in that way, then I see how it's important that we bring that which we can own when we're alone, when we're in nature, when we're in this pure space, but also bringing it to our physical realities. So this video is, again, all my videos now are moving more into the topic of self-mastery, how to continue refining ourselves, our focus, how we think, how sharp we are in our visions, how we can deepen every experience that we have, because every experience is supposed to reflect joy, even something that we consider negative. So the whole day was so balanced, everything was beautiful, and I got to the top, and then I went back, because I said if there was a lot of these trees, right, brushing you off, and sometimes it can get very pointy, and you can like brush yourself against them. It can be a bit painful. So I just continued with the hike, felt good, and I said, okay, if I get any wounds or something, it's a sign that I need to return, and it didn't. But as I finished my trail, trailblazing for sure, there was this beautiful water stream and like a swimming pool, and I refreshed myself, and then I just sat there for a few moments and closed my eyes, and then I got up, and what happened was, usually it never happens to me, and I fell, and I literally fell like this, on my nose, on my teeth, because the stones were so, I don't know what was really the problem, but I fell almost like hitting this huge stone, and I hit it like this. And the thing was that it was really, the moment I was falling, the question arose, why do I have to fall like this? These continuous doubts that we have when something is, So Of course, as always, Spirit gives you messages when you're open, when you don't fall into your egoic, judgmental self. And Spirit said, well, you have to see how protected you are, but at the same time, you had a day full of balance. Nothing went wrong, nothing at all. It was this straightforward, you found the path, everything was perfect. In the end, you had this fall. And I got a bit scared, I was like shaking up a bit because I never felt like this, front to my face. I'm like, oh my God, are my teeth still there? It was so funny. And at the same time, it was like you go out of your body and you see yourself, and then I look at myself, I really just have maybe a tiny scratch, nothing major, but the fall was like bang, on this rock. And I thought to myself, how can this be? Why am I not like damaged or something? And the thing was, when you have a beautiful experience, when you have something so amazing, you feel like you're refining your soul, that you're feeling bliss and joy and your soul guiding you and you trust life, and then something happens like this. Do you still trust it? Do we still trust it? Or do we fall into this judgmental self, which is, the moment I was falling, it was like a slow motion recording. It was like, why am I falling like this? Already the question, which is our mind usually, it's always weighing things and always wanting to have a reason and explanation and everything like that. So it was this beautiful message of, are you gonna now lose the sense of that beautiful energy that was there all day, all the time, and fall out of that now, ouch, and fall out of that ouch now moment, right? And it was just so interesting because I couldn't believe what happened after it. I'm like, that just happened? Seriously, I was like this. And I thought, why does this happen to me? It never happens to me. I never fall or I never damage myself in a certain way. We usually have injuries and things like that when we're not connected to our soul, but I didn't have any injuries. These are like messages. So the message was, first of all, seeing how protected we are, even if it's something like this, when we trust life. And then usually we're gonna have a flow of easy moving energy when we stay in our soul, when we trust life, when we really take choices in this now moment. And then when something happens that kind of like pushes us, against the wall, let's call it like this, are we gonna still attain that high frequency? So this is this level of mastery that I felt for myself today. And it was very obvious why it just took place, because I didn't really injure myself, I didn't damage myself in any way, but it was this, why? It was funny. You're falling, and at the same time the question is, why am I falling like this? It's just really funny. And it shows you how the mind sometimes has its own way, its own will. But when we really trust life, my teeth are still here, it's like things will start to deepen. And we really start raising our trust, not just when everything is beautiful. We think that this is the case, but in truth, we're raising the awareness when things get challenging, but we still penetrate through them. And that's when we can see, wow, we're reflecting. I'm reflecting on this beautiful day, and I'm sharing this with you so that when you have moments like this, that you'll recognize what it is for, that you will know what is for your growth of better upliftment, of always holding that high potential. Because as humans, we can be balanced. Things are good. I'm balanced when things are good. And then something gets us off our balance. It's like, ooh, frenetic energy, major breakdown, getting nervous, anxious, whatever it is. So I wanted to share this before I go into the topic, which will be a short presentation, but I think it's really important. And the deeper you get into this now presence, the harder sometimes will be for you to communicate with people who are still holding on to this old, that needs structures, they need schedules, they need to know in advance. And you're going to start to notice that you can't give them that because you don't even know what you owe to yourself for the, a week ahead. It's people, when we hold on to this, we think, okay, somebody owes you a date. They owe you an explanation. They owe you this and that. And in truth, when we are in this new now moment, it's just, it's this constant experience, like wave, particle per particle. And you really don't know. Sometimes we make plans and you think, oh, I'm going to do that tomorrow. But when tomorrow comes as today, maybe you're no longer craving something. Sometimes it's the energy that you feel you wish to experience that already shifted you, already changed you, so you might not plunge into something. you know. In the end, you might decide differently, which again, it's called to have greater trust. To deepen all these things and exercises are also shared in my mastery courses. Those of you who've been already doing them, you've been feedbacking me a bit, so it's very good, you know, noticing results, deepening of presence in your life, which is great. Thank you for sharing. And this is the whole journey, what it's about here in our ascension, that we deepen our joy and that we can experience our spirit as it lives this human life, this merge. So I want to also mention today, which is the topic for today, the power of deepening our spirituality. The last video was also recorded here. Different route, but, you know, same location as into the end scene. And it was about rituals and, you know, through rites of passage, different rituals. But here it's about moving more into working with your body. So working with your body, what happened this week, and I think I don't know, I used to maybe do this, but then I stopped, but I didn't have such a profound experience with it. So I started to do mudras, you know, when you hold your fingers like this, when you meditate, or when you, I don't know, where you place them on your body a certain way. The thing is that the moment I started doing them, I felt an intense increase of electricity through my body. I could feel when I'm touching my fingers like this, the energy went right down to my feet. And you can feel at the same time energy pulsating here, but it goes there, so you feel all your body connects as one. So it's how you intake prana, it's how you connect. And this was all already a part of the ancient science, you know, it was like spiritual science, and now it's coming back. But the thing is, you know, we don't just do it instrumentally, it's really becoming a deep experience. You can feel the change in your body. So this is also, when you do mudras, you will start to notice that your body will want to crave more attention. You're going to start to work with your body more, you know. So when I do hiking, I'm working with my body as well, you know, and deep breathing. And I've noticed what I'm doing, which is, I didn't do that so much before. I used to hike and walk, but now I stop and I choose a location that resonates, that I'm guided towards, and then I just, you know, do like this and meditate there for a few moments. It's like an instant connection with energy, and I can tell you the deepened results of my hikes in the past. I remember when there was these orientation hikes, I used to get lost a lot. I was like, okay, where do I go now? And then I could go into this short little panic, although it was nothing like that. It's like, okay, am I lost, you know? And now today I'm noticing, with this different focus experience and more presence, the hike was very peaceful, you know. It was like trailblazing all the time. The path was just revealing itself, and maybe 3 times I thought, okay, there's no more path, but then I just said or went around and I noticed the path. It was just different, a different experience. So with more self-mastery, you're going to start to notice this for yourself, that you're going to get more peaceful. You know, you're going to want things that are more simple. You're going to want to not maybe do, you know, so many things that are too intense. You're going to want to simplify, and in order to more work with your body in a conscious way. So you can walk, you can hike or whatever, but it's still not conscious. So when you're consciously doing these things, it's almost like a different experience. So I can tell you from my own example, this is so. But mudras, and I, you know, I'm talking to myself and I'm feeling into it. It's, with this, you actually make a circle, and a circle is a representation of spirit, circle, the sphere of spirit. So when you do this, you create this, you know, conclusion, this wholeness and completion. And when you do it with both hands, it's almost like the energy through this completion starts to feed you from within. And if you just take some time to observe what the changes in your body will look like when doing this for a while, or deepening your yoga experience. You know, now in this new age movement, it's so fancy and modern, popular to do yoga, to go to yoga studios, but my personal experience is no to that, because, you know, you're with a group of people and they're telling you how you need to do it. I remember when I used to take yoga classes 1 year as well. It was a while ago, but I didn't like it. It just felt shallow. I didn't feel like I'm really being with myself and deepening the experience. And all the masters, in truth, have been saying, I think it's written also in Krishna's book, I don't know, but it's been shared there. The most yoga that we now know as modern humans is not the yoga that yogis, the ancient yogis, used to do and perform. Perform, yeah. So it's getting really important that those of you who really feel to deepen yourself from depths of your being to without, not to exist in this flat, superficial area zone that will never really deepen you. It'll never really get you to the core of your true humble presence. So you're going to see that you will want to work with your body, but with deeper presence. So if you do yoga, I advise you to try doing it at least for yourself, with yourself. It's a different experience that when you are in studios and people tell you when to breathe in, when to breathe out. It's not a natural experience. Your body knows. So when you work with your self-mastery, of course, in the body, this is what we want, is you want to remove yourself from any outside instructions, because you want your soul from within to really penetrate through you, to show you everything, to how natural you are as a human being. So this is really important. One thing as well that's very important is, I notice a lot of people now in this new age movement, there's a lot of work with crystals, but it's very shallow work with crystals. So we want to own them, they're beautiful, they're pretty, wow, and I've shared a lot about this already in my crystal video, maybe a few weeks ago. But the thing is that, one thing is to have crystals, is to own them, is to have them around us. But the other thing is to really deeply work with them on higher spiritual levels. And for that, we don't need gigantic numbers of crystals. We don't need to have them around every corner, everywhere, people have them. Also, a lot of times when they go out, and jewelries and all around them. But the thing is that they are energy absorbers. So when you go out into the public and the mass, and they will absorb many things. So it's not very recommendable that you, as a sentient, sensitive being, do that in a way. So it's better that you work with them in pure surroundings, and to really know why you have them for. To really ask yourself, okay, am I just piling them up because they're pretty, or am I really creating something with them? Is it really something that's deep, because I'm noticing there's tons of people selling crystals, doing crystal jewelry, all these things, and it's all fine. I'm just saying that it's really time for us to, those of us on this path of mastery, to ask ourselves, why are we doing things, Why are we sometimes working with things more on the outside than on the inside? Because I see that there's a lot of people who even started to worship crystals, almost like they have more power than their soul does, which is a bit like, okay, is that really true? Ask yourself, is that really true? Yeah, there's much more to say here, but I think I will wrap it up for now. It's how I'm guided. I feel really peaceful. The sun is going down again behind the Master Mountain. And again, those of you who are guided to do the courses, they're available on my page, Serapina Light. And yeah, if you want something from me, anything still, you can do it this last week, and then I will be officially a bit offline. So as always, so much love, wisdom, and power. And I really recommend you to tune so deeply into your body that you will feel like there's no more separation between your soul and your body, and that nothing external will ever prevent you from feeling joy and bliss. And you are the vortex, you are the key to yourself. So thank you for watching, for sharing your feedback, for writing, whatever. Have a beautiful summer, and I'll talk to you soon. So bye bye for now. Bye.